In this short demonstration, we're going to show you how to download and install Raven Office, walk you through that process, and show you how to make sure that you have installed Raven Office correctly. The first thing that you will get when you have purchased Raven Office is an email that has some information in it that will be important to you. The first thing you'll want to verify is that the email address is correct. The next piece of information that you'll be interested in is how many users can share this license that was purchased, and that will be right here. The next thing that's important in this email is your license key. This key right here will be good for the number of users specified in this email. No more than that can share this same license key. The next piece of information is here, which shows you where to go to download the software, and I'm going to step you through that so you can see what that looks like. Basically, you're going to download an install file to your computer and then run that install file to get Raven Office ready to go. The last piece of information right here is the username and password for your Raven Cloud account. This is going to allow you to log into Raven Cloud and invite others from the team, from this team of 5 people, to share information on that account, and I will show you how to do that as well. Before you actually begin the install, we want to make sure that you check that you have Microsoft Office 2010. Raven Office will not run on earlier versions of Microsoft Office, and that you have the current version of Microsoft Office Silverlight installed. If Silverlight is not installed when you attempt to install Raven, you're going to be prompted to go to that website, and it is going to ask you to download and install Silverlight right then and there. So please make sure for sure you have Office 2010, and if you want to download Silverlight, install it ahead of time. That will shorten the time it takes for you to install Raven Office. When I click to that link that was provided in the email that I just showed you, I'm taken to this website, ftprelease.versata.com. I fill in from that email the username and password that were provided to me and log in. Once I do that, I'm taken to this website, and the one file that I see here is the Raven Office installer r6177.zip. You can see it's 43.5 megabytes. And all I do here is simply click on this and say download, and it's going to download a copy of this zip file to my computer. So instead of actually waiting for this to download, I'm going to cheat a little bit and go ahead and show you what to do with that file once it is downloaded to your computer. You can see here I have the Raven Office installer on my machine, r6177.zip. It's about 44.5 meg, which is what I expected to be, so it looks like I have the full file. So if I double click on this zip file, you'll notice there are 2 folders here, x84 and x86. The folder that you want depends on the type of operating system that you have, and we need to know if it's a 32 or a 64-bit operating system. So I can find that by going to Start, Computer, and then going to System Properties. And right here, it'll tell me what the operating system is. And you can see right here, I have system type 64-bit operating system. If you have a 64-bit, you need the x86 folder. If you have a 32-bit operating system, you will use the x64 folder. If by chance you would choose the wrong one and happen to install it, it's very easy to uninstall Raven and go back and select the right folder file to install. So I'm going to select x86. I'm then run setup.exe, just double click on that. And I get the message about the publisher, and I know this is good, so I'm going to say run. And now it's going to go off and it says, well, you already had Raven Office, so we'll just repair it so you can just see what the install looks like. We'll allow it to run, and I'm going to let it go ahead and repair that installation. If you have not installed Raven before, of course, you won't get that repair message. You can see that was the license manager getting set up, and Raven is successfully installed. I simply select close, and now I'm ready to move to the next step, which is to verify that I installed Raven properly. Now, often when people have Raven installed, they begin on looking on their desktop and in their program files to see if there's some way to start Raven. Raven is an embedded plugin to Microsoft, so you're not going to see a separate icon on your desktop. You're not going to find anything to tell you that you got Raven installed correctly. The only thing you are going to see is something here for the Raven Business Glossary. This is simply the Glossary Manager, which is a separate process. And that tells me I at least did get Raven installed correctly, but there's nothing really I can do with this glossary until I'm inside of a Word document, a PowerPoint document, or Excel, and I'm beginning to use Raven Office. So what I'm going to do is actually just bring up a Word document. And you can see here I have a new menu option across the top here. I have an option for Raven. That tells me I have now got Raven installed on this particular computer. Now the next thing I will probably have to do, I want to click this Raven option right here, and you see the Raven ribbon across here. What you're going to have to do is activate your license. Mine is already active by default because I've activated it before on this computer. But for you, you will simply click Activate. A window will pop up and it will say, please enter your license key. You copy the license key from that file that I showed you into this window and say Submit, and this will actually activate your license. And you will need to do that before you do anything else inside of Raven. Once you've activated your license, and this is grayed out as it is here, that tells me my Raven options are now available to me. And I can do things like begin to bring down the process pane and some of those other kind of features, which we'll talk about in a separate Raven demonstration. But here you can see I've got my process window. I can begin adding narratives. I can manage the glossary here and begin to move forward with my Raven product. So this is how I get it activated, get my license activated in preparation for using Raven. Once I get Raven installed in Word here, as you can see that I've done here, the next thing you will find is when you open up PowerPoint for the first time, you will be asked if you want to activate the Raven add-in, the Raven plugin. Simply say yes, and you will find this same menu option available to you in PowerPoint, same with Excel, and so you can choose whether you want to enable Raven in those other products as well. The next thing I want to show you is how to set up your Raven Cloud users. The second portion of the email included information about logging into Raven Cloud. In order to do that, I simply enter the email the email address that was provided in the welcome email, the one that the email was sent to, and I add the password that was given in that email. And now I am logged in to Raven Cloud, and I am now active here. I can now save scenarios to be shared with my other team members. If I go to settings, you'll notice I have some tabs across here. Here's where I can update some information about myself. Here's where I can change my email or my password. And here's where I can invite team members. You see I'm the only one here, and I have 4 users available to me. So I can now simply select Add Users, enter in the email addresses of the people that I would like to invite, and then click Send Invitation. They will receive an email with an invitation to log into Raven Cloud. They'll be able to get in and set up their account as well. And now you will be able to exchange information via Raven Cloud with other members of your team. So that concludes the demonstration for downloading and installing and checking out Raven. And we hope you enjoy using the tool. Thank you very much.